So this confused look by Otto Porter in a Wizards jersey pretty much explains everybody's opinion of him when he was playing in Washington, because the skills are there, the shooting is there, but Otto is also really hesitant, where he would just be apprehensive to going off the dribble, taking contested shots and all that. But in his short time with the Bulls, which is only about 15 games, so there's a chance I'm overreacting like crazy, but I'm still going to do this, Otto has been kind of awesome. For one, he's up to about 13.5 shots a game, which is a decent jump from his Wizards days. He's shooting one more 3 a night, and his three-point percentage has been a little otherworldly at damn near 50%. So I am going to assume that that is going to dip down going into next season. Otto is injured, and it seems like he's probably not going to play anymore the rest of this year, but still, there's something about Otto Porter in a Bulls jersey that just seems a little more encouraging than when he was with the Wizards, and we're going to get into it in a second here. It's more than just shooting open three-pointers. For one, it seems like he's a lot more confident in his shot overall. I did mention that he's taking one more 3 a game, which I think is kind of a big deal because he was at 4 attempts from 3 per season for quite a while. But the other thing is he's taking a lot more contested shots now. I haven't looked at any stats. I don't trust those numbers completely because those can get a little weird with defender distance and all that. Simply watching his highlights, it just seems like he doesn't give a crap as much when there's a defender near him. He's going to hoist it up anyway. There's even been a couple of step backs or just some FU three-pointers, and that's been the biggest thing that we've been waiting for from Otto Porter, is just to have those FU moments of realizing, dude, like, you can be as good of a shooter as JJ Redick and Kyle Korver, Bradley Beal, maybe not Klay Thompson, but I don't think he's that far away from Klay. I mean, Otto's percentages from 3 have been amazing since he entered the league. It's just a matter of, can you please shoot the damn thing, besides when you're completely wide open, and he's starting to do that a little bit. But I do want to mention his off-the-dribble game is something as well now. So he's just going off the bounce, which is also huge because there were times with the Wizards when he would just stand in the corner and just watch the game happen and not have as much of an impact. And I guess some of that was because John Wall just had the ball all the damn time. But he's taking more pull-ups, he's getting a lot more screens, and he's driving to the basket a lot more as well. For the Wizards, his pick-and-roll numbers were actually pretty good. It's just he never did it. He only had like 1 pick-and-roll a game or something. But his percentages were excellent. He was in like the 90th percentile. And now with the Bulls, he's been doing some exciting stuff. NBA.com tells me he's been getting 5 pick-and-rolls a game ever since the trade. And his percentile was around the 60s, which is still above average. I think that's really intriguing stuff, especially because it's not like the Bulls have an NBA roster exactly. There's definitely some intriguing players here, but yeah, we could be getting a different Otto Porter, one who is more aggressive with his jumper in terms of attempting shots on closeouts and things like that, but then also going off the dribble and attacking the rim, because I think the guy's ball handling has always been pretty decent. He's just been a little scared to show it off, or he just didn't have the opportunities in Washington. And combine that with being 6'8", and I mean, he's not a skinny guy. I don't think he's just going to get knocked around all the time. Sure, he may be able to gain some more weight, and that'll help him, but I think he's got all the tools to be an all-around scorer and not just a guy who stands in the corner and spaces the floor out. So, assuming that the Bulls can make sure that this keeps on happening going into next season and moving forward, because they're going to have him for a few years now, then they could have really gotten something with this trade. And what's nice is the lineup numbers with certain players are very good. So, as we know, the Bulls are bad, and they're going to finish with a whole bunch of ugly advanced stats and all that. And even so, with Markkanen and Otto Porter in the game, they have a positive net rating, and they played together a lot. I mean, Otto was starting for them and playing 33 minutes a night in the 15 games that he played. So for them to actually have positive numbers with those two is great, and I think it makes sense. Just the amount of shooting that those two can give you from the forward spots, and if Markkanen can play the 5 spot is really something. And when you put Zach LaVine into the mix, that 3-man lineup was positive as well. And I think that is the offensive foundation of this team. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in the draft. They could select Ja Morant, RJ Barrett, Jared Culver, Zion Williamson. We're going to have to see where they end up. But there is a decent chance that these are going to be the three main shot takers and all that with this team. And if they're putting in positive minutes now, that's great. That's all you can ask for from a team that has been one of the worst teams in the league this season. Do I think Otto Porter is the entire reason why it's just suddenly clicked? No, but I think it's a pretty big one because, even on the Wizards, his spacing was still really effective. And now if he's just going to be more aggressive, then, well, everything I just said in this video. So, yeah, Otto Porter, 18 points a game with the Bulls, and he's looking aggressive.